Help support AMTV by becoming a patron, an AMTV staff member, and following us over on Twitter.
Hi there guys, it's Adam Martin here, and welcome back to another episode of the Now Review. And for today's instalment we're going back to the decade I was born in, and the decade a lot of you guys were born in as well. We're going back to the 90s with, now that's what I call, the 90s. So this album came out in 2014, let's just have a look at this cover. You've got this nice blue and golden logo here with some sort of lime background. I can't really describe it, but this does look 90s, do you know what I mean? It's hard to decipher what looks 90s. The font here of that's what I call that's a very 90s font. Again, can't put my finger on it, but that's what it is. The spine has that same font as well, which is cool, and it's this nice yellow against this background. I really do like that. But of course, what's an album without its tracks? So, CD1 kicking off with Cher, Britney Spears, All Saints, The Fugees. Oh man, just look at all these. These are true 90s classics here, ones that you heard at every school disco, ones that you always heard on the radio. And we're going to move on up to disc 2, starting with Coolio, Everything But the Girl, Adamski. Oh man, just reading this track list, I can't help but put a smile on my face. It's a really great track list here, like so many good 90s songs. And CD3 with Wet Wet Wet, Take That, Robbie Williams, so on. Let's go. And you've got some movie themes there. You've got Celine Dion, you've got Cher again with the Shoop Shoot song. Peter Andre, good God. And Three Lions, 98 to conclude. Fun fact, Babylon Zoo with Spaceman, I believe that was number 1 around the time I was born. I'm not sure, I did one of those, things once. What was the number 1 when you were born? Great track list. I'll talk more about it in a minute. Of course, we must open this up and see what's inside. Oh, look at that, guys. Now 89 is available on the 24th of November. If you want to get Now 89, this was the winter then of 2014. That seems like ages ago. Here's the disc. It's pretty much similar to the front. You've got the logo, which is nice, and print the logo on. You've got the line background. I like the font of disc, of where it says the disc. I don't know why. It's just cool. I wish the line thing maybe had gone across the whole thing. I'm not sure, but it's a nice motif, nice design. Disc 2 and 3. Oh, look at that. Yeah, similar motif, different colours. And these colours work quite nicely. Predominantly red with yellow, predominantly yellow with purple. They've really picked out the colours well here. And I know I seem always very critical of disc designs, but these three, for most part, are quite well done. So good job now, design team. You've done good. So, I mean, what's to say about this track list? Well, it's great. It's pretty much the main pop sort of songs you expect in the 90s. All your big hitters are here. Oh, R. Kelly, that's a bit controversial. But all your big hitters are here, pretty much. Like, as I said, you've got all the big hits from the decade. There's not so much in the way of subgenres. Like, there's not really any of the 90s Eurodance scene that much, or any of the Britpop that was going. This is predominantly, first and foremost, a pop album of the 90s, which is fine. If you like 90s pop, as I did growing up and still enjoy, then you will enjoy this. I mean, but if you want, say, 90s dance, there is a specific album called Now 90s Dance, which I don't own yet, but don't worry, when I do, it'll be covered. But if you want, like, the dancey stuff, that's the album to go for. I'm surprised Now hasn't done an album like Now That's What I Call Britpop, or, that sort of scene when Oasis and Blur were kings of the thing for a while. But this is still a solid album. Where can you get this from? Well, you can't get it new anymore. It's about it will be 5 years old this year. You can get it on second-hand places. I got strangely, right, for the longest time, this album was really expensive to try and get second-hand. I don't know why, but I recently found it on Music Magpie for £3.19. So if you're after this album, you need to go there and get it now, because I don't know if it's going to skyrocket again. I still don't know why it was that high of a price, to be honest, but yeah, secondhand is the way you're going to go for it. And should you get it? I mean, if you like 90s music, if any of these songs that you saw on the track list that you'd ever danced to at a school disco or a party, then this is a pretty solid album to get for those occasions, like a party or for your car or whatever. Again, maybe check if you're not a fan of 90s pop, like the mainstream stuff, then maybe stay away from this if you want a different sort of genre. But on the whole, this is by far a really nice compilation of 90s music, or 90s chart music at least, and Now have done really well here. It's one of the best spin-offs in terms of its theming to years. I've been after it for years, and I'm finally glad to own it myself. So, Now 90s is a pretty good album. And that's all for this instalment of the Now Review. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like the video, leave your comments below, share it around, subscribe to the channel with notifications on, and until the next one, I will see you guys next time.
Thank you to our patrons for helping to support the show, and a special thank you to Macra, Hooks Media, Ben Freeman, Ethan Carberry-Holt, Brittany Fan 1999, Bruce Danton, The Broken Kitsumanoid, and Francine Salazar are AMTV staff members.